as recent as this, a child from the white community effectively got a subsidy of 4,800 Rand in South Africa. A child from the colored community, a subsidy of 2,000 Rand. I'm talking about that categorization as it was then as well. A child from the black African community received a subsidy of 700 Rand. That's the disparity. And therefore, and what we had, in fact, in 94, in the build-up, and when Peter was a culprit of that standard. Peter, no, Peter will remember, I mean, like from that period, when, remember that in 94, when the pamphlet, and it wasn't on Peter per se, remember that pamphlet that went out in Mitchell's Plain? Chava, let me say Chava was the culprit. But Peter knows that, right? Not as him that made it, but there was a pamphlet that went out, and that's the difficulty. That went out and said that if the ANC is going to govern in the Western Cape, then that pension will be taken away. And the lady next to Chava was an ardent supporter and activist for a different party, right? And what happened is was the fact that it was molding through all those things. The other thing is, I know the issue about HIV/AIDS was a big issue in the Western Cape as well. I think you're absolutely right. Hier sit iemand wat in daai kort periode voordat hy uitgeskop was. Hy in verkeerdelik uitgeskop.
Your choice is worse than
But I remember that period where you actually were really pushing that thing about making sure that there is a different approach to it. And I think, and you can see that type of that progress that was made in the last couple of years on that. But I've noted a hand. You want to talk?
Yeah. Hello, my name is Christa van Loo, and I am a black Afrikaans speaking woman. I've never thought of myself being in color. In fact, I hated that terminology of being queer. And I know why I hated it, because that was exactly part of the apartheid strategy. And therefore, I never thought of myself as being a minority. I'm part of the majority. One, as jy 'n minority is, as jy minder mag, maar jy kan minder dan vermag. So, this back to the unity in diversity. Ek dink die een mistake, volgens my, one of the mistakes, is the way we've created the new truths about where we find ourselves in the new South Africa. As I said, for the first time, I was starting to thought, colored, waar kom ons so gemakkelijk daaraan om na mekaar te verwys as 'n kleurling? Die ideologiese stryd teen verdrukking het ons misgestryd. Ek kan niks anders wees as ANC nie. Maar ek het dit nie gedoen. Ek het vir myself beskou as 'n bruin vrou. Dit was seker 'n beter naam. Die ideologiese stryd was swart teenoor wit, wat eintlik 'n ander stryd was. So dit is toevallig dat jy kleur minder pigmente of more pigmente. And I think in the Western Cape, Marius, and thank you for always being there if we try and call on assistance. We can do it, and I think there's other ways and means. These imagined communities that we have, we've got to revisit how we create the space so that people can experience that freedom. Western Cape haven't experienced it yet. En daarom was ons nog verknegtes, ons is gevangenisse van die verlede. En ons weet nie hoe die lede nie. So I've left the academic world, I entered into the agriculture world to try and do something for rural communities. And it's thousands of people that I'm trying socio-economic empowerment. But this is so very moeilijk. Nou moet ek kom as, word ek bekyk as kleurling so wat om hulp soek. I don't want to be defined as a color. I'm a black South African and I'm proudly Afrikaans. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I think, God sees no color, we're all created the same, we're all human beings on one, one world, one planet. No matter where you are in the world, you're a person.